And as you're seated, kids, you can come up and join me in singing our kids' song. This is where children belong. Welcomed as part of our worshiping throng. Water, God's wood, bread, and cup, prayer and song. This is where children belong. Good morning, my friends. Who has their Christmas stuff up? Yes, yeah, everyone? I mean, look in here. We got our Christmas stuff up in here. I put my tree up on November 1st. I did. And you know what I didn't do this year? I have no ornaments on my tree. Do not judge me. I have no ornaments on my tree because I have a puppy and I have 2 cats. And by the end of the Christmas season, I knew what was going to happen. Where were the ornaments going to be? On the floor or the top only? That's why I said, you know what? I am not putting ornaments on my tree. My boys, not so happy, but just 1 year, right? Like, while we still have the puppy, I think it's okay for 1 year not to have the tree ornaments on. But anyway, we have our trees in here. And in our house, one of our lights for like a doorway, it doesn't have a long enough cord to reach the plug in the wall, so I had to use an extension cord. In fact, I know there's a bunch of, I see an orange one back there, an extension cord, because we kind of have to plug in like farther away from the outlet. Do you guys have any extension cords in your house maybe? Yeah. Too many. Do you have knowing your Nana and Papa, I suspect there are a lot of lights and a lot of decorations. Am I correct? Yes, I see Papa shaking his head like, yeah, there's a lot going on. I believe that. But in our house, we have to have an extension cord, and I know there's some here too. And in today's scripture story, in the parable that Jesus is telling, we're talking a little bit about how we're kind of like extension cords. How when we plug in to God by coming here on Sunday mornings and by connecting with one another and by hearing the parables of Jesus, when we connect, we plug in, we can receive God's love and his light and his power, and then in turn, we can share that with other people. And in that scripture story, it's kind of like we're the sheep in the scripture story, where we get to receive God's love and light and power, and then in turn, we get to share that with other people. Now, in the scripture story, there's also goats. We talk about sheep and goats. And in the goats, they're the ones that they haven't yet plugged in to God's love and light and power. And so when we're kind of like those extension cords, when we're like that, then we're able to kind of help those goats plug in to God, when we can share our love and our light and our power, when we can share with those who are struggling with things in life, because we all know that if we're human, we've talked about this lots of times, if we're human, we are going to have things that are hard, right? Things that make us sad, things that are really tough, things that are scary, things that are frustrating. And when we can be that extension cord for other people, when we can plug in, then we can share God's love and light and power with other people. So that's why we come here on Sunday mornings. We have this great opportunity to share with one another, to connect with one another, to hear these stories and be reminded that we can plug into God anytime we want, and we can share that power with those people around us. So we're going to go upstairs. We're going to talk about that a little bit more while they continue down here.